affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me, it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down to hug and kiss us? Frankly, the courage state that we're in needs to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust, avoiding the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. But who in this world can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he said, think about it, and then change the world. Let's change the world. Let's change the world. Let's change the world. Let's just unite. Let's just unite. Let's stop the race and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Change up the world for the boys and the girls, because if we don't change it up, we're gonna make it in this world. We need to focus on the present and think less about the past, cause if we keep it up like this, then that's gonna be our fucking day. You gotta know just where you're coming from to get where you're going, so get on your search for knowledge, cause there's power in knowing. We need to pick up more books and read them cover to cover, and have you get the information, pass it to your brother, spread it to the whole world. If you know it ain't, then you'll be surprised the difference in this world that one man can make. There's good and bad in everybody, but you gotta bounce it out. And if we all found that we change the world, no doubt. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. What's good, y'all? Let's unite, let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Yeah, man. It's your big homie, Big Bayday. This is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. Hold on. Appreciate everybody for tapping in and tuning in, man. Let's get it. Hold on. What's good, Shamelessly V? What's good? All my kids are amazing. I hope they reflect only parts they found amazing in me. Facts and the rays of God in front of the center. I'm proud of my replacements. Nah, facts. Nah, that's what's up, man. But on tonight's topic, man. On tonight's topic, I'm trying to work, man. On tonight's topic, your children are your replacement. Listen, your children are your replacement. I'm going to say this. When you run in a relay race, right? When you run in a relay race, you run as hard and as fast as you can run. And then once you're done racing, hold on. Once you're done racing, you pass the baton. Once you've gone as far as you can go, once you've ran as hard as and fast as you can run, as far as you can go, you have to pass the baton on. Let me explain something to y'all. Most parents' goal in life is to make their child's life a little easier or a little bit better than theirs was. If you're a good parent, majority of the decent parents in the world want their children to have a better life than them, you know? You have to understand that everything you do, your child watches. Everything that you do, they're duplicating. Everything you are or are not, they're watching. So if you're not consciously making an effort to be good, great, what are you effectively asking to pass, or what can you pass on to your child if you're not great or good? Let me explain something to you. Passing something down is legacy. I'm talking about legacies tonight. I'm talking about building foundation. I'm talking about foundations. I'm talking about
tradition. I'm talking about family tonight. The Holy Trinity, man, woman, and child. Your whole point, if you're a good person, because first I'm gonna focus on the good, and then I'm gonna go to the bad. The whole point of being a parent is to make your child's life a little easier than you had. So everything that you know and everything that you learn in your life, you take that and you pass that on to your children if you're a good parent. If you got sons, this is where the juniors comes from. A lot of men had built legacies. They built a name for themselves. They built their self up. They built a name for themselves. So when they had a son, they wanted to pass that name on to their son. They wanted to pass that title down to their son. See, back in the days, we had way more juniors. It was so common for a young man to be called junior back in the day, about 20 years ago. It was way common for a young man to be called junior or little man. Like, my name is Abede. My son's name is Abede. I gave him his own first name, but his middle name is Abede, and his last name is my last name. I wanted him to have my title. You feel me? If you built yourself up, if you're somebody in life, your children will want to be like you, right? I know a lot of things. Let me explain something to y'all. What's good, Colin? Shout out to you, man. I know it's a lot of people out there who are doing the best that they can as good parents, right? And shout out and kudos to all my parents who are involved parents, who are raising their children, who care for their children, who love their children, who spend time with their children, who bond with their children. Shout out to those parents. Because while there's a lot of good parents, while there's a lot of great parents who are striving and passing their name on, let me say something about that, the legacy. Let me use an example. We have Floyd Mayweather's family, the Mayweather family. You got Floyd Mayweather Sr., Floyd Mayweather, the first, it's three of them. It's three generations. You got Floyd Mayweather, you got Floyd Mayweather Sr., and you got Floyd Mayweather Jr., right? Floyd Mayweather, the original, was the best boxer, one of the best boxers in his time. He's the one who created that Philly guard style, that where you use your shoulder to roll punches off and you back up and use shoulders and come with the counter, that counter Philly, that Philly style. Mayweather's the first Mayweather Jr., Floyd Mayweather, the first one, the grandpa, the great grandpa. He established his name. He fought with the greats. He battled the greats. He built his name up. He built himself up. He worked hard in the gym day in, day out for decades to be as good as he was. And then he taught that to his son, Floyd Mayweather Sr. Floyd Mayweather Sr., if you know anything about him, he's a great boxer too. He surpassed his father with skill and practiced and studied and boxed and excelled past his father's level. And then you have a Floyd Mayweather Jr., who's the champion that most of my generation, know and love and grew to appreciate. Floyd Mayweather Jr. learned from Floyd Mayweather Sr., third generation Mayweather, and he learned how to maximize and take the generational wealth and the generational knowledge that was passed on him and take it to the next level. See, when you have a foundation, when you build a foundation, you can pass that on. When you build a torch, when you hold the torch, you can pass the torch on. See, I understand that there's the Mike, that there's the Floyd Mayweathers and stuff, and there's the great men who want to pass it on. The the Andretti family in NASCAR, the Andretti's passed that shit on. Dale Earnhardt was the best of the best, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. taught his son. I mean, Dale Earnhardt taught his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., how to be the best of the best. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. died at the peak of his career doing what he loved to do. But what I'm trying to show you is the only way generations are built is because somebody put in a lot of work to build up a foundation, and they build their son up to replace them and take over that foundation once their time is up. This is how it's supposed to be. You have Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers of all times. After he built this shit up, he did. Excuse me. He didn't have a son to pass his torch down to. So he put his talents and he developed his daughter, which was his next heir, his next to kin, the heir to his throne. He put all his skills into Muhammad Ali's, Layla Ali, which was Muhammad Ali's daughter, and was one of the best female boxers of all times. See, you have your Master P's, who was one of the top independent artists of all time. One of the most money generating. Master P was one of the most biggest money generators in rap, in independent rap of all time. And when he built himself up, he built his legacy up. Not only did he put on hundreds of other people, he put on his son, Little Romeo, which is his next to kin, which is the heir to his throne. He put his brothers on too, the princes, the next royal in the next royal lineage in the royal family. He put them on. See, this is where foundations are made. If you're a great man and you built yourself up to a certain status or certain position, you want your son or your daughter to carry on your name when you die. So you're going to teach, if you're a good parent, let's establish that. If you're a good parent, you're going to teach your kids how to carry the torch. You're going to show them the family business. You're going to show them the family way. And if they're wise enough, they'll carry it on. Now, let's get to it. We've always had freedoms and choices, and we've always had family businesses that were passed down, the local family mortuary, the family this, the family that, right? The sons never questioned what they wanted to be when they were growing up. They never questioned that they never questioned that they were it's my Master P. Well, you gotta if you don't know, listen, see, this is why people, this is why cultural and racial differences are people's number one problem. Because you've never heard of this group or this person, that they don't have the importance. See, this is why racism, culturalism, and all these things are bullshit. Because while you're focused on Michael Bolton, while you were focused on Ricky Lake, while you were focused on Britney Spears, Madonna, all those pop white artists, or whoever you listen to, I'm not coming down on you, Shameless Livy. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to prove a point here. When you were listening to the white artists that you were comfortable and accustomed to listening to, there was people who were being raised to be broad. There were people like me who was raised to be broad and various and listen to all genres, listen to African music, pop music, rock music, funk, punk, jazz, this, that. When you don't have racial or social biases, you will get more information. When you don't have racial or social biases, You can learn a whole lot more. You can be a whole lot wiser if you don't have racial biases. And I'm not saying you do, but I'm very much factual in understanding that most families raise their kids how they were raised. And they don't. Thank you for whoever's just donated and supported. Most people, I'm very much to the understanding. I'm about to read that in just a second. I'm very much, what's good, SS? I'm very much to the understanding and the facts that most parents raise their kids with their social and ethnic perspectives, right? But if you were more broad and raised to not be a bigot, not be one blinder perspective, you would understand that the world is way bigger than Michael Bolton, Britney Spears, Madonna, and these culture vultures that have only come in and studied the ancient indigenous languages and musics of the land and duplicated it. Because if you know history and origins, majority of these fake pop icons and these fake popular icons that were given to y'all by y'all's leaders and masters were created and crafted and studied the ways of the man before them. Elton John ain't nothing but a student to all the black jazz funk players that came before him. Elvis Presley was nothing but a student to all the funk, jazz, rock and roll, popular, talented brothers that come before him. And he'll tell you this. I got documentaries where he said he used to go to the black clubs and listen. See, I know history because I wasn't raised with social and racial biases. I was raised in facts. And I'm thankful to Mola Amun Ra that I was raised in facts and data and not social and economic and racial fucking biases. So now that I broke that down, because you don't have to know who nobody is, but you have to be more broad as a grown-up individual in America. I don't care about politicians. I don't give a fuck about them, but I study their asses because they're the ones who pass the laws that I live in. I don't give a fuck about people who eat meats and do this and do the things that they do, but I study it because I have to know the world that I live in. I know white people, I know black people, I know God, and I know the devil. Because I'm a student of righteousness. I'm not a biased, one blinded perspective people. So thank you, Mola, and thank my father and thank my parents for raising me in reality. Now let's get back to parenting. Your replacement. Men have always known that our sons is our replacements. Men are fully, if you're a good man, men are fully to the understanding that I'm going to do this as long as I could do this. And I'm going to teach my son how to do this. Because when I'm done and can't do this no more, he's going to keep this going. If you're a man who's built a foundation for yourself and who's established a lifestyle of meaningness and built your name up and earned a name for yourself, you would want your son to carry your name. Now, your son might not be able to carry the torch as long as you. He might not be able to carry the torch as far as you. He might not be as wise as you. He might not be as good as you. He might not be as good as you. But he might not be as good as you, but he will carry on your legacy. Now listen, so let's break it down. Women. Your daughter is your replacement. Your daughter is your replacement. She's going to look better than you. She's going to be hotter than you. She's going to be smarter than you. She's going to be more equipped than you. She's going to have more game than you because she's going to have your game plus the new game. Your daughter is your replacement. Too many times I see Women stifle their daughter's development because they know she's about to replace them. Too many times over my 38 years have I witnessed women keep their daughters down because they don't want to see them surpass them. Too many times have I witnessed women kick out their young daughters because their boyfriends want their fucking daughter. Your daughter is your replacement. Your boyfriend don't want you. You're not hot enough. He wants your 17-year-old daughter. Oops, I forgot. That's not his daughter. Why does he want her? It's not his daughter. He didn't make her. He didn't raise her. He don't love her as a father loves her. He looks at her like a piece of meat because you brought this step man around. Let's do it. Don't run. You brought this step man around, this strange man around, and you thought he was going to be exclusive to you. When your daughter's hotter than you and she's budding, she's getting up there, she's 17, 18, 19, 20. You know the fucking game. She ain't got to wear no makeup. She ain't got to put on no clothes. She ain't got to do none of that. She's just being a young lady. Her time to replace you is now. And you can't stand it. Most women can't stand it. So they put their fucking daughters out and kick them to the cold. I've had girls live with me because their mamas kicked them out and put them to the fucking cold. I had a party one time back in the day when I had parties. I used to throw big time parties, big time house parties. And we never had no shootings, no violence. We had great house parties. I threw a house party one time and these two girls came. One of them stayed with us months after that, months and months and months. You know why? Because her mama put her out. You know why? Because these women know their replacements are on their ass. Yeah, your daughter's hotter than you. She's way better than you. She's way smarter than you, and she don't even got to fucking try. But the blessed part of this is that's your daughter. You raised her. You did a good job. But see, most women don't think like that. They don't think, oh, I did a great job raising her. My genetics passed on. She's beautiful. She's going to make a great wife one day. They don't think that. They think, I ain't never had nobody who stuck with me, so she can't have it either. Why do you think mamas get in your relationship and say, nah, you don't need to be with that. Don't take that shit. He over there talking shit. You don't need to. I ain't taking no shit like that. You ain't taking that shit because you ain't got no man to take it from. You ain't taking that. You ain't quote unquote going through that because you don't have no man to answer to. You don't have nobody. You don't like to be held accountable for your actions. You like to be free to go fling off, fuck, go to Cancun and fuck, go to Mexico and fuck, go to Puerto Rico and fuck, go to Atlanta and fuck, go to Vegas and fuck, go to New York and fuck, and then come back home like you a sweet girl. Am I talking or am I fucking talking? Let me shout out my supporter. Thank you, SS, for that big old donation. Thank you, SS, for always being good and a good, supportive, loyal, respectful viewer and friend and all that. SS, thank you. I think of you as more than a viewer. You're a moderator on my channel. We are in communication. You know, I fuck with you the strong way. So thank you for supporting the channel as always. I'm not bashing women. I'm kicking the truth from a man's perspective because y'all never heard this before. Now, I've seen all my life young girls get kicked out because their coochie starts smelling in the house. I done heard women say, you up in here got your coochie smelling at my house. I've heard it. I've heard girls say, you ain't gonna be having your coochie all up smelling up my house. Hey, shout out to Just in Time. Hey, Just in Time, we got a show coming up. We'll probably do it tomorrow. I was dead drunk yesterday and I didn't want to do it. And but we got a show to do about that EP you just dropped, bro. Cause that EP you just dropped is fire. It motivated me and inspired me, you know. So man, shout out to Just in Time. Y'all check out brother Just in Time. He got some shit over there. My boy been dropping that fire ass music forever and ever. But that he just on Just in Time's channel, y'all, he just dropped the EP with me narrating that mug, man. I'm talking about my boy done came through clutch and put some shit together, made Big Betty sound like Malcolm X. Made me feel like Malcolm X. I ain't even gonna cap. You made me feel good, D. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. You know what I mean? So God bless all my real supporters and God bless everybody. So look, I got to tell this and I got to get this off real quick. Because this ain't down in no women or none of that. Women should take their daughters and raise them to be better. If you spent your life and you did nasty stuff or you been fast or you been a hoe or whatever you did, right? Hey, thank you, D, man. DZ, I appreciate that, bro. On God, man, I appreciate that, bro. That means everything in the world to me. Because Malcolm X was the best thing we ever had and the closest thing we ever had as black people, as a real leader, authentic leader. You know what I mean? So thank you to you, bro, for even saying that. You know what I mean? These are not, I know these shows don't be popular, bro. Like a lot of people don't, especially women, don't like to hear their flaws. But the only way for us to get better is to get past our flaws. Let me explain something too, man. Because I'm not down on nobody for doing that. Like, but look, this is another thing. Most people, they don't love their kids and shit because their kids was accidents. You get what I'm saying? Most people's kids was really accidents, low key. So a lot of people don't like their kids because their kid came out of a freak accident, and literally a freaky accident. You know what I mean? So I feel like it ain't about what I feel, because it's not about me. I'm just speaking through the lens of a real man's perspective. Because I'm gonna say something. If we don't start building our kids up to be the next generation's replacements for us, who's gonna replace us? If you don't have children to replace you and carry your lineage on, you don't get carried on. So imagine this. This is for all my people. You might be a good person, right? And say you are. I hope you are a good person. You might be a wonderful person. But if you don't have children, when you die, it's over. Your existence is over if you don't have children. And I'm not putting pressure on nobody to have children. But what I'm saying is this. If you're a good person, if you are great and you feel proud of your life and who you are and what you've become and what you've accomplished, if you don't have no kids, when you die, it's over. It's all the way over. See, a lot of people are so selfish. They think of the world as a monetary thing. This world ain't about money. Money is what they use to control this world. This world ain't about money. Motherfuckers have not had families and people are not working together anymore because they fear the lack of this or the lack of that. I heard people say, we don't make enough money to have more children. I've heard people say, well, if we have more kids, we won't be able to go on vacations. I've heard people say, oh, I'm glad my kids are up and grown because now I can do what the fuck I want to do. Like, I've heard people say stuff like this, and these type of statements mean you don't care about legacy and future. because the people who want to do what they want to do and don't focus on the foundation of legacy and future, those are dangerous people in society. A person who just wants to have fun all the time, that's a dangerous motherfucker, woman or man. A person who's not focused on their name, their future, their integrity. A person who's not focused on the betterment of their self, the decency and quality of their life, that's a dangerous person. You ever seen them niggas who be like, man, fuck it, let's do it all, bro. We'll get it back tomorrow. Man, fuck it, let's go blow all this shit, bro. We'll get it back tomorrow, bro. Nigga have a whole bag of dope and say, man, let's snort it all tonight, bro. We'll get some more tomorrow, my nigga. Be up all night like, and shit. I know niggas who got, we having a bunch of weed, they'll smoke it all and be like, yeah, we gonna get some more tomorrow, bro. Roll that shit up, smoke that shit, my nigga. Fuck it, bro. We get one life. And they wake up the next morning and be like, I want to smoke. Y'all have no idea how dangerous people have become because they have forgotten future. See, look, 100 years ago, everybody was preppers. 100 years ago, everybody was a farmer. 100 years ago, everybody was a doomsday prepper. Everybody had an outside storage. Everybody had an inside storage, dry storage, salted meat, this or that. Everybody knew how to think about the future back in the days, because life wasn't so fake. It wasn't a million stores you could pull up in and go into and just waste a bunch of time and waste a bunch of money and do a bunch of dumb shit. See, it wasn't a bunch of that. So all that mattered was the facts and data and the realities of life. What we eating today, where we at, where we living, how we gonna get some money, how we gonna keep this shit rolling, what we growing, what we cropping, what we tilling, what do we, what animals we slaughtering, what eggs we harvesting. That's how life was. It was a constant effort for survival. So motherfuckers didn't have time to play around. Justin Todd said, we use today to plan for tomorrow. That was the way of life in our grandparents' times. It is. And then we can still do that too, bro. Because that's how I do it. Everything that I have, I don't think, I'm going to tell you something. The resources that I have are not for today. They're for the future. The food that I have is not for just today. It's for as long as I can stretch it, because I've been without food. I've been without money. I've been without. So I think for the future. I don't think right now. When I do shit for right now, I end up wasting money and time. When my kids like, Daddy, I want to go do something fun and this and that. Woodoo. Okay, let's go. You drop $100. You spend about $200. You'll spend $100 just to get something to eat and goddamn go take them for some fun shit. So when you do things you want to do to please the instant gratification moment, you lose. But when you do things for a future, when you think about the long haul, you always win, because you make calculated steps and planned and calculated movements with longevity in sight and longevity in your mind. It's like a motherfucker could be like, have the poisonous instant gratification mind where they get $500 and they go blow that shit on some shoes, clothes, some food, some drugs real quick, and they just go be broke that day, right? That's the instant gratification. That's the person who don't understand life and future and how to structure, don't have long foresight. They don't have the ability to take care of themselves. They're not taking care of themselves. That's a nigga who baby mama, whose wife, who's somebody's taking care of this nigga. That's those type of people who don't have to provide for themselves. That's a lack of development. Because if you don't understand that you need to get up and do something, if you don't understand that you need to do this and do that and do this and do that to keep shit going, you're a fucking child. You're not developed. You're retarded damn near. So I tell people all the time, life is to be lived. Life is not like people always try to do stuff to make life easy and this and that. I want the challenge. I want the challenge of life because if life gives me no challenge, then how could I overcome and be better? If I make everything easy and make everything simple and easy, I don't ever develop. See, it's a mindset we have to change where people just want everything given to them so simple and easy. And then after you give somebody something so many times and make it easy for them, they become entitled and they feel obligated to it. Like if you set shit up so comfortable and set something up so nice for somebody, they will feel obligated to it like you owe it to them instead of making them work for it. It's like if somebody don't have to work for something, they can never appreciate it. But when you when you earn what you have, you appreciate it. When you understand what it is to earn something, you will appreciate a gift that is given to you. See, that's why every time one of y'all send me a donation on my Cash App or whatever, I appreciate that. And I could take $10 and buy some bread, some meat, and some apples and some cheese with that shit. I could buy a whole meal for 2 days with $10. I could buy with $5. I can put $5 in my gas tank. I could, like, real talk, I could do a lot with a little because I appreciate everything that I have. So I'm trying my best to, I don't know why I said what I just said, but I had to say it. But we need to think about future and foundation. That's why I said, yeah, future and foundation. We need to focus on that shit. This is not the time to keep thinking about. It's like this. If you drink soda, and I'm not saying drink soda because I don't drink that trash natural flavors bull crap that they have. But if you drink a soda, right? Why would you buy a 20-ounce soda instead of buying the damn 2-liter for the same price? See, this is the mentality. You got niggas who will buy Lucy cigarettes. Like it's a nigga who smokes cigarettes all day, right? He don't have the self-control or the money enough to buy the pack, right? Because if he buys the pack, he's going to chain smoke them and blow through them and give them out and all that because he doesn't value a pack. He doesn't value longevity. He doesn't have the mindset of longevity. So he's going to, instead of buying the pack, he feel more comfortable buying 3-4 Lucy's, which is an individual cigarette. He feel more comfortable buying 3-4 Lucy's at the store instead of goddamn buying a pack. Because if he gets a pack, like I said, he's going to smoke too many and he's going to give them out and he's just going to fuck it off because he just doesn't understand longevity. But if he was smart, he could buy the pack and smoke 2 to 3 cigarettes per day and stretch 20 cigarettes. Probably, I don't know, it's probably 20 cigarettes in a pack. So 20 cigarettes divided by 3 a day, that's what, about 7 days? That's like a week worth of smoking if you smoke 3 a day. See, people don't understand structure, man. So foundation and future, I understand why people don't be caring about that shit, you know? People don't even understand structure and the basics life. Like there's levels of life that are very basic and levels of understanding that are very basic just to regular human existence. Like if you're hungry, eat. If you're sleepy, go to sleep. If you're thirsty, drink water or drink juice. Like, you know, people, the basic shit. Then you have your different levels of intelligence. So what I'm trying to tell people is you have to train your mind to be great, man. You have to train your mind to stop being so mundane and being regular and basic. Because if you want to just be a basic individual and live your life and not have a name for yourself and not have children and build your legacy up and not have a future and a foundation for yourself, then that's cool. You just do you, right? But for the people who want to have a meaningful life, and have a future and have their children look up to them and have and build a foundation, you must make your every action great. You must, if you sweep the floor, make it the best floor sweep you've ever did. If you pick up trash, make it the best pick you've ever picked up. If you clean, wipe, cook, trash, anything you do it the best that you've ever done it. You know why? To build your integrity, to build your self dignity up, to build your self decency up. Because if all of us are holding ourselves to our highest standards and living life in the highest standard, then we could all excel to a higher plane. See, the reason why people don't condemn and don't judge and don't talk about this and that, because a lot of people don't have a foot to stand on on the leg of righteousness. Let me say that again. The reason why a lot of people don't judge and can't talk about this and have a good proper discernment as a logical responsible adult is because they don't have a foot to stand on the leg of righteousness. Yeah, I'm telling you, DZ, I know the game, bro. I know how it goes, bro. I know the street nigga. I know the nigga who's basic nigga. I know everybody. I done studied everybody, bro. I done studied everybody. I'm not just talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know the game, bro. How some people can't think past tonight and they just go day for day with that shit. And that's cool if that works for you, but that shit don't really work for future and foundation. I'm gonna tell y'all something. While we're not worried about our names and not building up our last names and not making our sons proud and our daughters proud of us, there are people who are only developed and building future foundations and future industries for their families and their names. The royal family, they've been controlling the world. Queen Elizabeth died. Rest in peace to all these people who died. I don't have no ill will against a dead person, but Queen Elizabeth and the royal family and the British family have been running and enslaving the world for the last 100-some years, 200-some years. Their family are some of the family that their wealth is built off of the slavery's backs. The royal family's wealth is built up off of the backs of the slaves. That's just a fact. And stolen art and stolen artifacts from around the world. That's how their money was built. Stolen legacy. They didn't create nothing. They came through, put that murder game down, and took your shit. That's what Great Britain and England and them did. They came through, put that murder game down, and took your shit. Big dog style. And then put a flag up on your shit like that's they shit. And wish you would do something. And wish you would say something. Nigga, I wish you would say something to me, nigga. I just bombed your shit, nigga. What you gonna do? That's how these warmonger countries be coming. So, and they passed their shit down. You see what happened to Joe Biden and his son. His son is a crackhead. He couldn't hold the torch up, but his daddy made a name and passed that shit down. Like, niggas ain't playing about their name, bro. I told y'all a lot of great men, that had they kids passing passed down they torch to. I just wish one day, man, we would get to that point where we used to be, where we were once great. We were once great men. Back in the days, they had terms like noble man, enlightened, nobleman, wise man, old man, wise man, a mage, a sage, a wise man, the enlightened one. Like, there was terms for people who held themselves to a high standard of life and excelled past being normal and basic, And I don't want these terms. I don't want the titles. What I'm telling y'all is y'all build yourself up, and you could be a nobleman. You could be a squire. You could be a my lord, my lord. You feel me? That they'll run around, my lord. Where you think they got that shit from? Black people, king, God, Lord, king, king of kings, king of all kings, all this shit. We've been doing that shit, man. We need to get back before it's too late. We need to get back to being good before it's too late. Because being bad and being wrong and evil only gives foot in the doorway opening to the devil. Listen, when you do wrong, when you do isfet, when you do evil, when you follow the practices of the devil and go wrong, go left, that can only open up the door to let the devil into your life. See, you're not supposed to try to be holier than other people and stunt and do nothing to be bad or do anything bad against another person, but you are supposed to elevate yourself, elevate your mind, body, and soul to the point of the next level and the next level and the next level. And then when you get to the spiritual realm, when you die, you'll be ready for it and you won't be just shocked and stuck. Because let me tell y'all something. It would take for somebody to make it cool to be a man again. We are misled and don't care about the truth. Now that's the facts, DZ. It's just so fucking sad, bro. These niggas out here ain't no motherfucking man out here. Niggas is let me tell y'all something. I got flack today for saying Shannon Sharp was soft with the purse on. See, everybody was talking bad about Shannon Sharp hopping out that how he hopped out at the Total Wine and More, right? I wasn't mad at him for his little soft little tight outfit because your man could wear what you want to wear. You could wear a dress, you could do what the fuck you want, right? But what I was mad about was how he had a purse on. See, there's no form of fashion or there's never no trend big enough to make me wear women's clothing, right? A woman is supposed to be a woman. I appreciate a woman for having a purse. I used to have a girlfriend back in the day. She used to have all the purses, the Coach, the Dooney and Burke, to this, to that. Woo, woo, woo. My sister used to have that shit, all that bullshit, right? Right? But when you really look at that shit, it's cute to see a girl with that shit. It's cute to see a female with those purses and them little handbags, them clutches. That's cute. To see a dude with it, it's not that he can't wear it because they do. They wear them every day. And I'm not saying nothing bad about a nigga who wears whatever, but it was what I am saying. It doesn't look normal or natural for a man to wear a clutch or a purse. So when I seen Shannon Sharp with the purse on, the orange purse, ain't nothing I could do about it. But as a man, I just said, yo, that's whack. You know, it's whack. It just looks whack to see men with purses and stuff. Like all these rappers have purses. They all wearing purses. Like it's whack. See, what's whack about it is it takes away the beauty of the woman. You taking away from the woman. Let the woman be beautiful with the purse. Let the woman sashay with the purse, my nigga. You can sashay at home with your shit, but let the woman sashay in public with the purse, my nigga. Like, it's not something that looks natural or normal to see a man with a clutch or a fucking purse. Like, it looks sus. And you could do what you want. Niggas is gay all day. I'm not saying anything against gay niggas. Cause if you're grown, do what you do. But yo, I'm gonna call the fuck niggas out when I see a nigga with a purse on. Straight like that. I got the right to call a nigga out for wearing a purse. Cause if you see me with a purse, you gonna call me out. You ain't gonna be like, yo, Betty got that motherfucking that Goyard new $2,000 man bag. No, you're gonna be like, better, you got a fucking man, you got a purse. I don't even care what brand it is. Better, you got a purse on, my nigga. No, my nigga, it's the Go Yard. It's the Go Yard man bag. It's the Go Yard man bag. This motherfucker, the speed bag, the Go Yard speed, the city speed bag. Like they go sell it however they gonna sell it. It's a fucking purse, my nigga. It's a one strap. It's a one strap. Come on, bro. Now, if it's one of them one strap book bags or something like that, that's cool. Book bags are cool, nigga. Wear a book bag. You can wear a little book bag, one of them little nice little Louis bags, like wear them little book bags. But come on with these purses, y'all, gentlemen. Come on with these purses. It's not sending the right message, and it's lame. Your big homie Big Betty is just here to tell you all that shit is lame. Let the women dress like women. Stop trying to dress up like women, bro. That shit is lame. It's lame as hell. You don't look good. You look out of place and out of pocket. You got the right to do it, but you still look ugly doing it. I'm just here to tell you. All these big 6 foot men in the leotards and goddamn pumps and shit. Shit look crazy, my nigga. Nobody want to see that. You got the right to do what you want to do, but I don't want to see that. And you don't even really be, nigga, you don't be feeling comfortable. That's why every time they be out wearing some crazy shit and you look at them, they be like, what? Like, they be ready to say something when they be like, nigga, is you out here wearing a motherfucking Sailor Moon dress, nigga? And you gonna ask me what when I'm looking at your funny ass? This is the world we living in now. You can't even do nothing about it. You just got to tell your kids, yeah, you see that? That's not the way, And I ain't programming my kids to be nothing but human beings. I don't force nothing on them. They're kids right now. We don't even talk about weird shit. I'm letting them be kids. You gotta let the kids learn and let the kids play and let the kids be kids. You know what I mean? Let the kids play, man. But if your kids don't goddamn look up to you, and if you don't have your junior, and if you don't have your second in command, your firstborn son and all that, man, that shit matters, bro. That shit matters more than you ever know it. A lot of people spend their whole life chasing money, never acquiring a meaningful life. Look, people spend their whole lives chasing money, but never have a meaningful life. Their whole life have no meaning because a life chasing money is not a life of meaning. Because this whole game of money and all that is a video game. It's a whole video game. Once you get enough money, you realize there's nothing even worth buying. Ain't nothing worth buying. Once you get a certain amount of money, you realize there's nothing worth buying but the big plateau, the buildings, the land, the buildings, the warehouses, the land. That's all that matters. Start playing Monopoly, start buying blocks and buildings and blocks and buildings and blocks and just start setting up shit. That's what's the powerful shit in life. Exactly. Because I'm going to say, look, it's all about no foundation and population control. Look, because if I get with a man, let's just be real, right? There is technology. Now, I'm going to say this. Do you want to give birth out your ass? As a man, do you want to have a C-section? Because they have the technology where you can have a baby as a man, right? But do you want to have a C-section? Do you want them to cut you open, your stomach lining open like they have to do the precious, pure, perfect woman right? Like the pure, perfect, precious woman has to go through every day on earth to bear children. They try to diminish that, and people are so selfish that they want to live a selfish, satanic lifestyle where they feel like they can do anything they want to do. And then I'm gonna explain something to you. Once you get to the point where you start doing shit like that, the regret comes right after. Pay attention and look up the studies of what happens when people start taking blockers and hormone blockers and all that crazy shit and start altering themselves and chopping and sticking and altering and twisting and pulling and all that, and start playing bop it with themselves. Twist it, pull it, block it, cut it, twist it, pull it, stick it, try it, cut it. When you start playing that's when the insecurities and mental problems come in. We've been conditioned to live a life of destruction instead of a normal life of happiness and satisfaction. Because the funniest things in the world is my kids. You think I don't have fun? Yeah, I cry. They make me cry sometimes too. They're aggravating, but all that shit that they say is so funny. Let me tell y'all funniest thing ever my 4-year-old said. He said this yesterday. He said, "Oh, I'm about to hit it." He said, "You're acting like it." Not to me. He said this. He said, "You're acting like it." And they said, "What?" He said, "You're acting like a sellout." He said, I'm about to push the sellout button on you." My 4-year-old said, "I'm about to push the sellout button." The sellout button was crazy. I was rolling. Because imagine trying to raise your child up to understand life, right? And then they understand what a sellout is at 4 years old. That means a lot. Because a sellout is a person who lacks integrity. A sellout is a person who will do anything for self-gain or selfish instant gratification, selfish gain. You know, a sellout is a person who will turn their mama in and sacrifice their people and do all kind of crazy shit just for a fucking dollar. That's a sellout. A sellout is a person who will turn their back on their people, their nation, their creed, their existence for money and shit like that. That's a sellout. You know what I mean? So for my baby to understand it, I'm about to go, y'all. I got to go play with my babies, man, and spend this last bit of this night with them before it's over. Yeah, they about to go to bed. Yeah. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for all the support. SS, just in time. We're gonna do that. If you're still here, bro, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. That live probably whenever's best for you. I'm gonna get with you, and we're gonna do that live to review that EP, because that shit is fire. It's not shit. That music is fire. And the way you mix me in there, it just blew my mind, man. So we gotta get on, do a live. I could do a live where I could join you on there with your channel, and it'll be me and you on the camera live on a channel. So I can get you on there where you can join. I just gotta send you the link. And we're gonna do it like that if you want to do it. So just let me know. We're finna get on there, do that next couple of days or a day or so, whenever we get it done. Because I get off work kind of late, but I'm gonna get it figured out. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me tonight, man. If you just getting here, go back to the beginning because it was a strong message, man. I hope that you got some out of it. I hope that all y'all do best that you can, you know. I'm already definitely with it. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, DZ, man. You the shit, man. I appreciate you so much, bro. We gonna get that done, man, because let people hear that. That music was powerful music, bro. So they need to hear that. On God, they need to hear that, man. So y'all go check out bro's channel. He got a good channel. Just in Time got a good channel. He got some good shit on there, man. Check him out. But we're gonna do that soon. But I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all stay smart. Stay out the way, man. Don't do no crime. You don't want to do the time, man. I'm telling you, when you're in jail, it's not cool, man. When I was in jail, and I did I did a video back there on like a year or two ago when I got locked up, man. That was a fucked up situation, man. You do not want to go to jail. You do not want to be a slave, man, because they inject you with stuff that you don't know what it is. It puts you through a lot of problems and troubles, man, and you don't want to be in there. That's not a place for no human, man. It's not. It's not a place for no human, man. So don't do no crimes so you won't have to do the time. I love y'all. Y'all stay smart, stay blessed, man. Don't be stressed, man. Thank you, SS. Thank you, DZ. Y'all stay down, stay up, and we're gonna get it again, man. Let's do it. Become Big Bad.